what to expect for this week crypto market outlook. Okay, so is Bitcoin going to hit 80 to 85K anytime soon? Is the bottom already in? Or are we transitioning to a bull market right now, even right now? Right? Everyone is expecting the bottom is in. Everyone is like, this is it, right? But many are going to catch hot off guard here, okay, with what is really happening, okay? And of course, I think there are a lot of noise at the moment, a lot of FUD, a lot of chaos in the market, okay? So we're already Q2 for in the bear market, and we are already halfway through that, okay? So what we can see is that Bitcoin now is currently doing a lower high at the moment, still in a bearish trend setup there. But nonetheless, we can see the current price for now is slowly starting to reverse back. But I believe this is only a short-term reversal because there are still other major resistance that needs to be broken, right? Like your 80K, 85, so far now is still around 78. Okay, still around 78. Then Bitcoin price started the recovery wave above 75K. Okay, so early this morning, afternoon, so it already triggered, right, 78,000. Now with the stock market opening as well, with a ceasefire, okay, again extended. So I think this could also give another boost as well for the stock market, plus the other market as well. Okay, so Bitcoin price regains traction. So remain supported above the 74K zone. Okay, from a base settle above 74.5. So is this a true bottom or is this just a relief rally? Because to me, I think it is still a relief rally here. Okay, rather than we go straight all to a new all-time high, because there are other major resistance as well that we need to take note. Okay, all right. So we are still in this bear trend channel, this trend line. All right. Okay. So as long as you can able to break past this, what, 78K or this 88K zone, this is the major resistance here that we need to take note. Okay. We are still inside this bear trend channel line. Until then, we are still in the bear market for now. Okay. Then another decline in Bitcoin. To be see another decline. Okay, so if Bitcoin fails to rise above 77.3 resistance zone, right, to start another decline, then immediate support is somewhere around 76. Okay, so these are the support and resistance for this week that we can able to take note. Okay, so probably I think this week will be another rally again. I think it could continue to hit all the way to 80, 85. Okay, if that's the bullish case. All right, then we're going to see by end of this month, leading up to May, because May is usually the month where people always say sell in May and go away. And usually this kind of historical pattern tends to run. So we're going to see, okay, how is the market going to respond for me as well. And then, of course, moving on next, okay, talking about the hack as well. Okay, so let me do this. This is the VPN. Let's go back. Brush this. Okay, so yeah, talking about KelpDAO, right? And then of course, did any of you stake on the DeFi platform, like admin? Do you stake? So if you're degen or very active in this type of staking, especially on the layer 2, then that's where you have to really start to be very cautious. Okay, all right, about your funds on this type of platform. Because nothing is safe, and of course the risk is higher than the reward. Usually the case, right? So you are staking, you're providing liquidity, lending and borrowing. Okay, you're adding more risk to your capital actually. Then what happened on the 18th of April? So KelpDAO is actually another risk-taking platform, a layer 2 as well, that helps you to gain more interest by risk-taking to the platform. So what happened is that the Lazarus group from North Korea again start to hack. Okay, 80 million worth of ETH. Okay, bonded yet again, and they are escaping, right? So you can see, right? all these hacks happening within the span of how long? Within a month. Before that was what? Drift Protocol. I think hacked about 250,000, 250, 280 million. Also from the same hacker as well, Lazarus Group, not mistaken. And I think, yeah, it's going to be a big problem in all these DeFi spaces. Okay, so the exploiter that drained 292 million from layer 0 private cross-chain. Okay, cross-chain breach. Okay, KelpDAO has since laundered about 80 million worth of Ethereum. Okay, and then Arbitrum stepped in. Okay, so Arbitrum Foundation. Okay, Arbitrum Security Council action to freeze a large portion of the stolen funds, which is equivalent to about 30.7 K of ETH. It appears to have prompted the exploiter to move the rest of the funds. So, yeah, I think they did the governance voting, okay, in terms of those people who are affected. Okay, they rely on Arbitrum to actually freeze the stolen funds. So, with that said, those who are affected most likely will get refunded, will get their funds back. That is a good news. But of course, there are also downside to it. Okay, by doing so, it actually questions the integrity of the decentralization space. Because if Arbitrum were to step in and were to do this, then where is the decentralized protocol? Nothing is decentralized. Nothing is fully 100% decentralized. So that means their Arbitrum Foundation act as a bank. They can able to control, they can able to freeze, and they can able to just transfer the funds to whoever they want. But when desperate times call for desperate measure, this is a thing that we have to do. All these pros and cons, right? So we already see the good side and the bad side of DeFi now. So nothing is safe, nothing is guaranteed here. Okay, so these are the things that the hackers do. They go through Torchain, they laundered the money, okay, funds, and then what they do, right? They also laundered Bybit exchange as well. I think wow, huge 1.5 B. And they got away with it. That's a thing. Right? So again, they are very notorious with their hacking skills. They are continuing to do this. So I'm not sure whether Arbitrum Foundation will be the next line. Because after they see this news, the Arbitrum can be able to freeze and control. Most likely they will target Arbitrum Foundation as well. Right? That is the thing now. Most likely the next target. Right? So you have to be very, very careful. Okay, when dealing with all these DeFi hacks. Right? So more news, right, on the KelpDAO hack, more insights. Okay, right? These are the crypto's biggest lie. What you have been preached or been told about layer 2 DeFi. Okay, finally we have known the real truth that nothing is decentralized. Okay, all right, right? Even Arbitrum's Security Council has frozen at 30.7 K. Okay, this is also backed by the governance voting. Okay, governance action. That means people, users who hold Arbitrum token, they can able to vote whether do you want this action or not, yes or no. So it looks like the majority want it, right? Because it wants to intervene on this situation. Okay, all right. So Arbitrum Security Council has taken emergency action, okay, to freeze and help the address of Arbitrum 1 that's connected to the KelpDAO export. Okay, so you can see here on chain on Arkham also confirmed Arbitrum recovers 70.9 million from KelpDAO exploited. Okay, and then they even just removed 70.97 million from the KelpDAO exploited address. Okay, and they send it to the address. This is the address here. So North Korea stole the money and Arbitrum stole it back. So you can see what's happening now. Okay, all right. So we can see the true colors of the DeFi space, and you can see what is really happening on both sides as well, the good and the bad. So after this, by doing all these things, you're going to ask yourself whether do you still want to stick on the DeFi platform after knowing that Arbitrum can be able to control your funds, and they can just transfer to anyone, any wallet they want. Okay, so frozen ETH is just one part of a much larger incident. KelpDAO was exploited on April 18 for about 290 million. So where's the balance, right? It's not even half we recovered. It's only about 70.9. Okay, so layer 0 describes the event as isolated to KelpDAO's Okay, restaking ETH. So there's another token called restake ETH. That is their KelpDAO's Ethereum version. Okay, all right. So we appreciate the recent decision by Arbitrum Council to take action. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think this is a thing. So I think a lot of people not happy as well. There's always pros and cons between that. Okay, first thing for those users affected, definitely they're happy. But you talk about decentralized moving forward in the future. This actually caused a lot of questions on the decentralized space. Okay, how secure, how genuine right now these people are in working for DeFi layer 2s. Okay, all right. So a lot are arguing. Okay, especially on Twitter as well. Okay, then what it says about the systems involved. A lot of questions there. We talk about this kind of thing. So we not make this decision lightly. There were countless hours of debates, technical, practical, ethical. Okay, but I think it leaves to no choice, but they have to do it. Okay, for the governance. Okay, so of course, I think people's funds also been taken away just like that. So definitely they will vote. Okay, but I think that's why we can see a lot of users now are withdrawing out from the DeFi space. You can see a lot of this TVL, total value lock, has been reduced drastically because people have lost confidence in the DeFi space after this hack incident and Arbitrum making this move. Okay, the confidence is super low, very bearish. So another one here to take note. Okay, if your government comes after your money, only Bitcoin can save you. Right? The critic is more polemical than technical, but it goes straight to the fault line this episode exposed. So a network can call itself decentralized, yet still retain a small coordinated emergency body with the power to seize control assets when the stakes are high enough. There you go. This is the thing. So when the stakes are high, okay, when desperate times call for desperate measure, this is the thing that they are doing now. Now I'm also quite concerned because I might want to move out from the layer 2 as well. Okay, then probably move it to Ethereum layer 1. Okay, if you are holding like USDC, USDT, okay, so you got to really consider, okay, where you want to put it. Because nowhere is safe, right? Even your hardware wallet also, I think they can just transfer out after this incident. So best case is on the Ethereum mainnet or on the Bitcoin network. So this is moving forward from there. So if Arbitrum can do it, so does Base plus Optimism or whichever layer 2s. Okay, so that's how it is. And then moving on next with the on-chain analysis. Okay, so where are we now? Look at the 1-year holder interest by CryptoCoin again. So we can see here, this is a descending channel. Then we look here, long-term holder offloading. Now we are somewhere around this peak now. Okay, somewhere at this peak. So look at all those historical data here. Long-term holder offloading, so this peak. So most likely, there could be a chance, okay, maybe short-term reversal back up, and then continuation with the downwards momentum. And then what's happening here? Low long-term holder interest already at this rate one, or to bottom from the small. Okay, so whenever it touches this line, probably you can say we could also rally slightly, and then continuation again towards the downside. So despite a 52% decline from the cycle top, some indicators at cycle bottom levels, the long-term holder either hasn't been, and their levels are still showing the highest offloading and the least interest in buying. Okay, so yeah, these are the data right now. Okay, you can see for 1-year holder. And then moving on. Okay, similar. Where are we again for the bear market? History does not repeat, but it usually rhymes. Okay, so top bull market 150 weeks for last year was the last cycle. Right, we have previously we have 152 for the last 2 cycles as well. So even for last year was about 150. Right, so this year bear market following by next year as well. Should we see a complete 52 weeks or should we see below that or to do more? for this cycle. Okay, and we are just halfway through the traditional leg of the BTC bear market, right? Which is also agreed by Red Capital. Okay, we are somewhere about 50 plus. So while we are talking, BTC is already what, 79K. I think it's going to hit 80K very soon, this momentum. So relief rallies are part of that pattern, right? So what we're going to see, relief rallies short term creating a lower high before heading down again. That could be the case. Okay. All right. So this is the thing that I'm going to let you know. Okay. Now, for those of you who are saying that the bottom is in, you have to be very cautious what you are saying as well. Okay, because bottom don't form like that. It usually form consolidation. Okay, consolidation, and then only it goes up. It doesn't give you a V-shaped recovery like that. Okay, so let's say, right, because stock market did that. Okay, but we don't know how much of liquidity is going to be putting in for the crypto market. What is the conviction level compared to the stock market? Right, we'll see. So again, as of now, we will adapt to the 4-year cycle. Okay, until it breaks or change, then only pivot. Right, so that's the best case, is to adapt the current market cycle. And then next, talking about staking again. Right, so Jim, so do you stake your DeFi platform? Do you stake a lot of coins to those L2? This is another reminder for those people who are new. Right, and especially during bear market, a lot of you asking, where can I stake? What do I need to do with my Bitcoin, Ethereum? Can I get some yield out of it? It's like putting a fixed deposit. But this is the thing about DeFi that people don't tell you, right? So do not lock up or stake the coins for you. Right? That's why I always tell you guys, no matter how much yield they give, do not ever stake. You want to keep it into your hardware wallet or into your exchange. You don't want to have any staking, okay, or anything that have any locking period. That is very dangerous. Okay. All right. So we saw it again with RV this weekend. The survival of Luna, right? Anchor Protocol provides about 20% per annum. Okay, that was the FTX fiasco. And countless other incidents. Okay, so I help countless people that lost it all in protocols and exchange that got compromised. So what is really happening right now? We have seen KelpDAO exploit. We have seen Drift Protocol also got hacked. Now, who is next? Okay, who do you think is next? The only thing I can see is Michael Saylor's STRC. Okay, he's been shading heavily, marketing quite aggressively, and this is very, very concerning. Even though no matter how good, okay, when you start shading to the public, okay, this reminds me of those FTX and Luna wipes during that time. It's very, very concerning. I think this could also engineer a bear market move. If STRC were to get liquidated or something bad has happened, okay, well, I think a lot of people do not know what is behind the scene, what Michael Saylor's intention or agenda for his STRC project. People just blindly just deposit their Bitcoin, right, with the 11% yield, okay, and yeah, they just rely that based on trust, right, because Michael Saylor is a CEO, right, founder of MicroStrategy or STRC. What could go wrong? How could he do that? How could he be a bad actor? That is what people assume right now when they part ways their Bitcoin for the 11%. But they don't research beyond that. Right? What if Michael Saylor have a different backdoor? Right? What if Michael Saylor become a bad actor? Right? Where everything is all planned. Okay, the collapse. Okay, the whatever system shutdown or liquidation. Okay, probably Michael Saylor will be stripped off as a CEO of strategy. And then behind the scene, probably he's no longer involved. Right? And then probably you guys lost your money. That's the thing I'm actually looking at it. Okay, because it is also quite concerning, no matter how good it is. Okay. So why risk it for 4 to 5% yield when you can lose it all? Right? Very, very true. Let's say, example, you want to put into STRC, one Bitcoin value about how much? 80,000 now. 80,000 for 11% per annum is what is the amount? How much is that? Right? For 11%. That's about $8,800. Why would you risk $8,800 over one Bitcoin of yours? So that means the risk is higher than the reward, right? And why you want to do that? Okay, because a lot of people feel that they need to do something with their tokens. Okay, if they don't do something, they feel left out. They feel they're not productive. Okay, they feel that they miss out something. The best thing to do is to just sit still. Okay, hold it into your hardware wallet if that's the case. Hold it in stables and wait for the bear market transition or the accumulation zone, which is probably second half of this year, if you want to accumulate. So don't be that kind of person who stake everything on the line and then lose it all. And then the project collapse, and then you're at the mercy of the platform, and then you'll be hoping and praying that they will be able to recover like what Arbitrum did. There'll be another story again. Right? So AI is getting better and fast, very fast, almost guaranteed many of these protocols will be compromised, which is very, very true. Now you can see a lot of AI hack as well with Claude Mythos. This is a new version. It is quite dangerous and powerful as well. You can exploit a lot of these contracts. So best thing is never ever stake. Keep it into your hardware wallet. Keep it into exchange, whichever. Okay. So I do not recommend that either, right? You don't want to stake. You don't want to get the yield. Okay. So never ever do that. Okay. You've already learned your lesson with all those money game platform. Same thing with this yield. Okay, layer 2, DeFi or whatever. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful. Now moving on next with the airdrop. So we can see open gradient. Now drop is now live. So you can be able to claim, currently trading at 18 cents. Trading on Coinbase, Gate, whichever. So bear market is usually last drop. I think the opportunity now is getting lesser and lesser because I think a lot of people are focusing on building rather than promoting. Okay, then next, Paros Network tokenomics is now out, and they're going to drop only about 1% of their TGE. So you can imagine the bear market. They want to do airdrop. They want to do airdrop, and they only want to release 1%. Okay, so you can see, all right, the conviction level is very low. Okay, it's very, very low for the bear market. Okay, that means you can see that Paros Network, the conviction is very low, and they do not have the confidence to launch. Well, why only 1%? Right? So you can already see that it's not going to do well. Okay, it's not going to do well. Okay, then next, you can see Billions Network. For those of you who've been doing Billions, you can start registering your email, your wallet. The season 1 is about to launch. Okay, ends on 24th, which is another 2 more days. So you might want to register. But again, not have any high expectation, probably peanuts, right? Peanuts again. Okay, so there's a thing. And then moving on next with the coin market cap. So BTC is 79K. So I think it's going to hit 80K very soon with this type of sentiment. Okay, ETH 2.4. You got Solana 89. BNB 650. All right, Hyperliquid 41. We have any gainers, big gainers for today. Pudgy Penguins, 12%. Okay, H11, Say Network. Okay, 9.5. SPX 900, 9.4. So all these now are having a short-term relief. Right? I think all these coins mostly are down 90% for sure. Now all you're seeing, these big numbers, okay, is just a short-term relief. Okay. Now we move on next with technicals. So dominance now is 60.52. Now if any questions, feel free to put in the chat box. See it later on. So we look here. It's happening now on Monday. It's about to break here. Okay, breaking past the middle band. So the next level will be where? Top EV here again, 64.86. Look at weekly. Okay, momentum sell consolidation. Now break above the top. So most likely there could be another rally again for dominance. Next will be 61. Another level to look at is here, 63.13 for the dominance. So dominance up, if you look at ETH against Bitcoin, is ETH against Bitcoin going up? Down. See? So what's the point of holding your alts if the dominance of Bitcoin going up while ETH is struggling against Bitcoin again? So you can see here what's happening. Rejected below the middle band. And then we're going to see this level, right? The support, next support will be here at 0.02513. Then we look at weekly. Now we can see how many candles rejected at the middle band. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a fifth candle now. It's below the middle band. So with that case, then most likely going to retest this support. Okay. 0.02855. Okay. Then after that, 0.02553. That will be the next one. So overall, ETH is still struggling. Okay. So whatever out you hold, not all outs will definitely perform. Okay. Okay. You can see over, you look at the monthly time frame, it is already down 90 to 99%. Okay, most of it. And of course, some of you still holding, still reluctant to let go, right, from the last cycle. So you can already see the side effect of it by being a back holder. Okay, all right. So now we move on next with what? USDT dominance. What are people doing with their USDT? Probably they are dumping, right, for outs or even go for a high risk play. So the pullback for USDT dominance will be here at the golden ratio. This will be about 7.026, and then the next one will be here at 6.37%. So much logical where the price, where the dominance were to create a lower, higher high, higher lows. So a higher lows makes much sense right now. So next one will be here. Okay, so around this range, most likely a higher lows, most likely will form, consolidate before we hit higher. Now moving on next with BTC 79.1. So we look at the money time frame. We've been down since when? October till now. February. October to February. How many months here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 monthly candles in a row. Wait. And then last month, March, a reversal candle. Now creating a retest candle. So the next level is going to retest most likely on this sell zone here. They will leave you about 81.8. 81.82K. Makes sense. Okay. Then other levels to retest as well. We're going to look at the middle band here, 19.6. Look at on the weekly time frame, you can see what's happening. W pattern is formed. And then the weekly middle band now slowly starting to break off. Yeah, so we're going to see, can Bitcoin continue or not? This thing. Next level is here for the weekly time frame. It is 6.5. It is 6.5 to 19.6. So these are the range that for BTC. Look at daily now. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So now this level will turn into spot, 77.5. Okay, 77.5. So next level, 86 and then 90. Okay, for BTC. Look at H4. Okay, break past the top E, break past the resistance for H4, 77.8. So this will turn into spot. Okay, that's for now. All right, so everything is looking bullish for now, short term, creating a relief rally. If we look at money, it's still downtrend. It's creating a lower high now, actually. We test back here, maybe get rejected. So that's the thing. Then we look at ETH 2.4. Look at monthly. Okay. So monthly support was here. 1.9. Next level probably to retest at 2.6 for the pre-sell on the monthly time frame. Then look at weekly. So what is weekly doing? Okay, see weekly here. Still retesting the middle band here, 2.4. So it's still struggling there. Ethereum is still lagging behind. Right? While Bitcoin is making its move, Ethereum is still lagging behind. And then where else? We're going to look here. 2.7, 2.8 is the next level. If it breaks past the middle band here, then it will be 2.6, 2.8. Look at daily. Higher highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. Okay, so it's trending up again. So it needs to beat this resistance for now, 2.2422. Okay, after that, 2.6, 2.8. They will be next for ETH. So what other alts you are still holding? Are you still holding Ripple for admin? XRP. That's the thing. From last cycle till now, still holding 1.45. That's the thing. All-time high is how much? 3.6. So if we measure from all-time high to this low, it's about 69% drawdown. Okay. M pattern double top break. Now you can see that this setup is actually bearish. Broke below the middle band. Short-term pullback will be the sell zone here, 1.73, leading up to the middle band here at $2. So that's the only thing here, creating a lower high, and then most likely to fall back down. That could be the case there. Then look at weekly. descending channel is being formed on Ripple for weekly time frame. So we're going to see that the middle band most likely get tested here, 1.59. Okay, then your next resistance is here, 1.86 for weekly time frame. Now on daily now, higher highs, higher lows. So it's slowly trending up. So we're going to see. So I think all these out will slowly start to break free from this resistance zone. And then we're going to see all these targets soon. So 1.47 and then 1.59 for Ripple. Right. Small quantity. How small is small? That's the thing. Did you take profits? Did you secure your capital for Ripple? That's the most important thing. And Solana, 8. Right? So you can see again what's happening. Look at that head and shoulder pattern for Solana. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Breakdown. Very set up. So what you can see on monthly momentum chart. So a short-term reversal back to retest back on the sell zone 105. And then continuation extended probably to hit this here. It will give you something about 124. So 105, 104, okay, for the relief rally. And then on the weekly time frame, you're going to see here, dump consolidation. I think this could be a short-term bottom here, bottom signal, for it to continue to rally back up again. So middle band will be first to test at 101. And then slowly starting to take off all these levels here. 131, then moving on to the middle one. Okay, so 101 and then 131 for Solana. Okay, so slowly crawling up all these coins. It will take time because BTC is currently leading right now. Okay. You have to understand the sentiment is bearish. So this alts will definitely be a slow pace for now. Okay, slow pace. So it will not go up that fast compared to the last bull market. Okay, and then we have a lot of alts also to cover. You see how is PENGU. Now all this 6, not even 1 cent at all. The bottom was here. So bottom from here to here is how much? 50%. Okay, it's only 50% up. So next level to retest is the sell zone here. Okay, slightly below 1 cent. Let me look at weekly now. You can see dump consolidation. So most likely there could be a reversal back up. Just back this here. 1 cent, 0.011. Okay, for PENGU. So all these memes are actually dead already. You see. Now it's just coming up for relief rally. Right? You can see all these are actually reversing, but if you look at the all-time high, on this one, how many? 4.5 cents. Here is how many percent? 81% down. This low is 6. Okay, so you can see already the sentiment is bearish for alts. And then what else? Then we have your C network. C network. Okay. So all-time high is how much? 1.14. Now it's what? 6 cents. 95% down. 495. So what does that tell you? Again, they're still bearish, downtrend, bear market. This one will be next, 8.5 cents or almost 9 cents here. Look at weekly. You see it, down consolidation, short-term reversal only for now. We test on the middle band, most likely 0.082. And then slowly leading up back to the top here, 13 cents. Okay, for Saylor. But overall, it's already downtrend. So what's the use of buying these levels with this type of sentiment? So a bit of it. Then all these old coins, what happened to Atom? So all these are old coins. They are not surviving. Look, similar, 44.8 all-time high. Now it's how much? 95% drawdown. Now giving you back at these lows here. 2020, 6 years back, price is giving you back. And low was how much here? A low was about 1.06. Okay, this was a low on March. Okay, 1.26. So giving you another chance, are you planning to buy? This is the thing. You have the conviction of buying all these outs at this stage. Okay, the down consolidation, short term, reversal, middle band, 1.98. Slowly linear back to the top, maybe at 2.5. Look at the daily time frame, slowly grinding up again. Okay, again, these are all short term, even though we can see some slight reversal, some big gains coming in. But if you look at the biggest perspective, it is already down a lot. Okay, it's already down a lot. So no point also picking all this. The risk is higher than the reward. Then what else? HX. H. Okay. HX, isn't it? Okay. Is it this one? Let's see. HX. Look at that. 28%. It's an all-time high. Wow, look at that. When they launched last year, March, 1 year ago. 1 year ago they launched. Now August peak, and then down consolidation, and then pump again. 20% here, 10 cents to about 1.48. Oh, 13 times from March last year. The last month, within 1 month, 13 times HX. So you can see not all outs can able to do this. Only a certain coins those who do this. Right. Hedera hash graph. HBAR. Now also down, look at that. 40 cents. 76%. So all these are already down. So I don't know what else to look forward for all these coins. 10 cents next. Look at daily. Slowly consolidation, most likely to break free from this range. So if you break free, most likely it will be 10 cents next to test. Okay. Overall is bearish. Look at Doge flow. Okay. Nothing escapes for alts or even memes. Look at that. Down also. This was the last high, right? 48 cents. Yeah, down about how many percent? 80% down. So yeah, probably you can say this is the bottom. And you might want to also take note, there could be more downside, maybe to retest back here again. Look at weekly. Down consolidation, probably relief rally if Bitcoin continue to goes up, below band, 10 cents, and then your top here at 14 cents on Dogecoin. So you can see all these accumulation zone, or probably cycles, probably it might break free for now, and it will give you a short-term relief. Okay, so all these levels you mark 10 cents, and then this level 14 cents. All right, so that's all I have for tonight, guys.